Yeah, we have the next speaker, Mr. Thomas Matthew, eminent social worker who is based in Kuwait. Mr. Matthew.
Sir, please unmute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much. Of course, I have to say thanks to the organizers, Migrant Forum Asia, GRF DT, and CCRM for organizing this kind of virtual seminar on migration. So here, very eminent excellencies are there who are dealing daily with migrant issues, and also very CSO level workers. They are also very much engaged with migrants' safety and security of the migrants, and they are advocating for their welfare. So they are also here in this panel. So all are well versed in the issue of migration, and of course I have to thank once again for the organizers to invite me for this kind of seminar, wherein I am only a migrant worker, a grassroots level worker, I can say. So I am being invited, and it is I think it is an honor given to me. Let me come to the points which are raised. So Mr. William has very rightly pointed out certain things. I endorse fully with what he has already spoken about. Regarding the issues which we are, as migrants, we are facing, it is a number of normal problems are there. And it is long ever since the problems are highlighted. These are discussed threadbare. And since 2016, we all know that the SDG, under the SDG goals, Global Compact was initiated. The discussions were initiated, and the Global Compact became a reality in 2018 December. So it was a Magna Carta, we can say, regarding the migrants. This is it's a Magna Carta for the migrants. And now slowly the nations started thinking about it, discussing about it, discourses were going on. And that is the time, regarding the implementation side, that is the time this COVID has happened. This is a sad situation, we all know. And the highly impacted people, the most vulnerable people, because the migrants are the most vulnerable, and among the most vulnerable are the migrant women as well as children. They are the most vulnerable in this COVID-19 also. And coming to that one, the implementation of these SDG goals is the one panacea what we can ask for all the global community to adhere to. This is the time we have to push for the implementation of the Global Compact in its full sense. There are certain lacunas, as Ambassador Nahida Shoban has already pointed out, that this is not addressing the crisis conditions. Yes, we know that it is not addressing the crisis conditions, but that we can definitely we can do. But the cooperation of the nations was lacking in this global crisis condition, and this was very badly impacted the migrants. We know that right from the Donald Trump to any other leaders, they haven't come together in one platform to contain this one and to defeat this COVID. They were all taking the politics, and the very badly this one has affected the migrants. So as Mr. Daniel Saab already pointed out, we have to have a medium-term plan, short-term plan, and a long-term plan. Yes, we have all these plans together in Global Compact. So we have all the stakeholders in the migration cycle, or in the migration, this thing, they have to work together to see that once the post-COVID period, the Global Compact is implemented throughout the world in the best way, the most effective way. That is the only solution as a migrant worker I am seeing, nothing else. We have a weapon, we have something in hand, we have something, a structure in hand already. So why can't we all together work together to see that all the nations in the world, especially the countries of origin as well as countries of destination, is implementing this. This is the effort all the CSOs as well as the diplomats and all the countries have to think about and act upon. This is the need of the hour, and this is the best opportunity, as I am seeing, to implement the GCM in its fullest sense and spirit. And coming to the missions or the embassies in this part of the world, I am in GCC countries. I'm talking about the GCC countries and the Middle East scenario. It is appallingly very poor performance by all these embassies. I am not talking about only the India. I am talking about most of the embassies where I checked. I have seen they are not at all proactive. This is a crisis condition. The safety and security of their people is the first and foremost thing for any embassy, for that matter. But they failed. They haven't come forward to do the service to safeguard the interest of the migrant workers. They haven't come forward. They were I can say they were sitting in their fortresses or the citadels where they are appointed. Very few embassies have come forward and tried to do something for their poor workers and the migrants. There are certain things when in the COVID situation. Yes, we know that there are many things have happened to the migrants, especially the salary theft, the salary robbery, or we can say the wage theft. This is a big issue, and the menial level or the lower level migrant workers, they were already in the problem of not getting the salary in time. And in addition to that, because of this COVID, this thing, they have taken as an advantage the employers as well as the authorities concerned. What happened? I can say in numerous cases of salary theft or the wage theft has happened.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Matthew. You have about half an hour.
No, so I have many things to say, sir. I mean, so the salary theft is
maybe
one.
You can wind up in 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's
a major issue. And also, see, you can see in the amnesty here in Kuwait, it has happened. Still, all these countries of origin, they were pushing back their workers. Though you need not have to come. And here, the countries, the Dindakat and the other things, they were pushing the workers. Actually, these workers, the migrants, were in between in the old man and the sea, and they were in this condition. Nobody wants them. Their country of origin, they don't want, and the country of destination, they don't want. And the country of destinations, wherever it is possible, they were looted in such a way that wage theft and other things. I am not going into, my time is so limited. I can talk about hours together regarding these kind of things. So the international community has to come forward. Of course, in the panel, very eminent people are there, Dr. Manish, Mr. Manish Gupta. He came to Kuwait. He knows about the issues here. I had a time to talk to him. And he knows, and he was joint secretary of the Gulf region. He knows about the issues. And why? Who is keeping back to act proactively for the migrants by the countries of origin? This is my question.
Okay.
Oh, this is high
Dr.
time.
Matthew, we will be coming back to you. You
Yes,
have made
sir.
some
I
very
want
interesting
time
points.
because I have many things to say.
Yes. No. I think question answer also is there.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
let's listen to the next speaker.